We're 10 games in here at the start of episode 3, and as you can see, somehow we find ourselves in 4th place in the Premier League table. 19 points, only 3 points behind Chelsea and only 4 points behind a second place Liverpool. But the problem you can see in comparison to the teams above us, we are falling very, very short in the goals for column. Only 13 goals to our name inside the first 10 games. The likes of Chelsea, Liverpool and City all in the early to mid-20s. And if we take a look through the stats from my squad so far this season, you'll see Enzo Fernandez, my new signing of the summer, has actually chipped in with 4 Premier League goals in 10 appearances. So actually, that's a pretty decent return. But the problem is, my star striker, Alexander Isak, he's only got 3 inside 10. And then we've got Bruno Guimaraes, Almiron, Brennan Johnson all on 2. And the rest of my players, Pobega, Callum Wilson and Willock, are only on 1 each. So I spoke previously in other episodes that maybe we might need to look for a creative midfielder or another striker in place of perhaps that man Callum Wilson. But let's see as the season goes on, as we've got multiple games to come so far this episode. And speaking of games, we've got 10 to get through this episode. We're going to kick off at home to Arsenal. We've got Chelsea away, Brentford at home, Liverpool away. And then we've got a jam-packed December. Bournemouth, Aston Villa, West Ham, Everton, Wolves, and finishing off with Brighton at home in the league. But enough of the talk, let's kick off our very first game of the episode. And as you can see, it is a very wet and windy game here at St James's Park. And it's going to be a very, very tough one against a tough Arsenal team. And 2 minutes in, we've got our very first opportunity of the episode. It looks like it's going to be Almiron who's going to pick this one up on the right hand side. I'm going to try and play a quick ball through to Isak, and he's in here. Can he strike? He can! Oh my word. 22 minutes in now, and Arsenal have got their first opportunity of the game. It's going to be Saka on the right-hand side here. He's got acres of space, but has he got anyone in the box to try and give it to? No, he doesn't. It's a good ball in the end, but it's even better defending. Well, Beggar finds himself out wide on the right-hand side. Going to try and check this back into Almiron. Switch onto his left. He's done a great job. Goes for the finesse. Great save from the goalkeeper. And it looks like that man, Pobega, is going to pick the ball up once again and again on the right-hand side. Can I try and lay a ball through to Isak? I can. Turns onto his left. Goes to strike. It's another big save. Williams with an opportunity to go one-on-one with Sven Botman. Oh, my word. Goes past him with ease. He's through here, and it's a great goal. It's horrendous defending, and it's all too easy for Arsenal. We've had our opportunities. We haven't taken them, and now Arsenal have taken their first real one of the game. It's 1-0 here at St James's Park. And that is it. That was the last chance of the game. We had so many opportunities. Isak with 3 huge opportunities, didn't take any of them, and in the end we succumbed to a 1-0 loss at home to Arsenal. And things aren't about to get any easier. As you can see, we have had to travel all the way over to Stamford Bridge to Chelsea, a 3rd place Chelsea who are flying high, scoring a phenomenal amount of goals, something we are very, very much struggling to do at the moment. Can we get a better result here today? 3 changes to the team that lost against Arsenal. Sessegnon comes in at left back, as well as Brennan Johnson and Elise coming in to form a front 3 with Isak. Hopefully, that might be able to result in a few more goals today. Trippier with a corner here inside the opening 2 minutes. He's going to float a decent one in. We can't get our head on it. Can Elise get there first? He just about can. Can we keep it in play? Yes, we can with Ryan Sessegnon. Keeps the ball alive. Gives it to Elise. Nice work to get away from the defender. Gives it to Enzo Fernandez. He strikes with his left. Just over the bar. Enzo Fernandez to pick this one up now. And there is a ball over to Elise if he can find him. It's a wonderful ball. And Elise here is clean through. Isak needs to stay on side. He doesn't manage to. In the end, Elise gets it onto his left, goes for the finesse, and it's blocked. 35 minutes in, Aubameyang now has an opportunity to go one-on-one with my defender, and he goes past Shaw like he's not even there. Drives into the box. Good save. Chelsea have got their own attack, though, once again. 52 minutes in, and Aubameyang has got another opportunity here to drive at my defence. And drive at the defence he does. Goes past Shaw once again like he's not even there. Drives into the penalty area, strikes, balloons it over the bar. Looks like Mount's going to take this corner for Chelsea. Throws this one into the box. Can we get our head on it? We can. It's awful defending though. It comes back out to, I don't know who that was. I think it might have been Kante. And in the end, Chelsea now have gone 1-0 up here. Unbelievable. I don't really know what on earth we were doing defensively. It was actually Koulibaly who picked that one up, volleyed it into the back of the net. Now it's 82 minutes here and we've got an opportunity to try and strike back. Pobega is going to pick this one up on the right hand side, going to try and whip an early ball in. It is a ball in. Mendy collects easily, and it looks like that is the end of the game, and we are kicking off this episode with our second 1-0 loss. It's a tough game against Chelsea, but it's a game we had opportunities and we just, again, did not take them. Chelsea win 1-0 at home, and frustratingly for us, it's another 3 points dropped. And after those back-to-back losses, I've now got Joe Willock coming to me saying that he reckons he can do a better job than Pobega, and you know what? I'm definitely going to say to him he's going to get his chance, because with Brentford up next in the league, I think he can definitely come in and hopefully try and do something. Now, I said in the last episode that maybe I should sim games a little bit more often, and this is proving once again that maybe I was right. Yitzhak getting on the score sheet 3 times. Hat-trick hero for today. We win 3-1. It's our first win of the episode. It's a very handy 3 points. And finally, we get some decent goals. And to his credit, Joe Willock has made me look like an absolute mug here, and he's taken great pleasure in making sure to tell me as well. And as you can see up next, we've got Liverpool at Anfield. And as you can also see, I've completely ignored my own advice, and I'm going to go ahead and play this game. It is, of course, a huge game at Anfield, and it is one I could not possibly sim. Although you notice from my starting 11, I have had to make a few changes based on fatigue. Nick Pope starts in goal, Trippier, Lascelles comes in at centre-back in place of Shah Botman, and Ryan Sessegnon make up the remainder of my back line. Joe Willock retains his place after a decent performance, obviously, in the win at Brentford. Guimaraes and Enzo Fernandez partner him in central midfield. Almiron, Brennan Johnson and Yitzhak are the attacking trio up front. Pau Torres for Liverpool tries to bring this one forward, gives it to Fabinho, gives it to Diaz. He's going to now try and go one-on-one with Kieran Trippier, but Trippier, well, he managed to force him back and then just decided to fall over for some reason. Ryan Sessegnon now going to try and look for Brennan Johnson. Oh my word, that is a brilliant ball. He's just straight offside. Like it's going to be Artur to pick this one up in the centre of midfield, lays it off to Fabinho, and it's Brennan Johnson with a decent challenge. Just couldn't get on the end of it though. Liverpool spray this out wide to the danger man Mo Salah. Lovely ball into the path of Alexander-Arnold, but Sven Botman reads that one terrifically. Nick Pope now trying to bring this one forward. Doesn't have too many options ahead of him, but manages to find a very good one. Bruno Guimaraes now gives that ball away, and Fabinho now will take it forward for Liverpool, but Enzo Fernandez is there with the follow-up. Yitzhak now going to try and play this in. Lovely ball into Almiron. Almiron to strike, and it's into the back of the net, and it's a brilliant way to kick off this game. What a fantastic piece of build-up play. Enzo Fernandez with a wonderful challenge. Yitzhak, what a ball this is. Lovely little flick into the path of Almiron, and that is a phenomenal finish. Gave Alisson absolutely no chance, and we lead here at Anfield 1-0. Artur, nicely done once again from Enzo Fernandez. Tries to lay this off into the path of Joe Willock. We are absolutely bouncing now. Joe Willock into Yitzhak, tried to play it into Enzo Fernandez. Just couldn't reach him, but Willock now will pick it up once again. Bruno Guimaraes now trying to keep this move alive. Lays it out wide to Ryan Sessegnon. He throws it in first time. Tries to get his head on it. Can we get it? No, we can't. It's headed away. Guimaraes keeps the ball alive though once again. Enzo Fernandez out wide to Ryan Sessegnon. This is a brilliant, brilliant way to start off this first half. We keep the ball alive. Goes out for a corner. Kieran Trippier to take this one. I'm going to look to the edge of the 6-yard box. It's a good ball in. We just couldn't get a head on it. Bruno Guimaraes again keeps the ball alive. It's Kieran Trippier. Floats it in with his right. And in the end, the keeper all over the shop. But Liverpool just about managed to get hold of it. They don't... Oh my word. Just about managed to get that one clear. Enzo Fernandez. Guimaraes now goes all the way out wide to Kieran Trippier. It's wonderful play. Gives it to Almiron. Almiron puts it onto his left. Goes for the finesse. Good block by the defender. Brennan Johnson comes short. Looks for Ryan Sessegnon down the line. Finds Ryan Sessegnon. He's going to try and cut back inside. Looks for Yitzhak. Finds Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson puts it into the back of the net. And he goes to celebrate with the Newcastle faithful. It's a brilliant, brilliant goal. Wonderful build-up play. And after not being able to buy a goal in the opening 2 games of the season, we've absolutely put 2 now past Liverpool at Anfield. Oh, that's a poor, poor piece of defending there from Lascelles. He's given that one away to Mo Salah. Mo Salah trying to drive past Sven Botman. Has he got the pace to do it? Sven Botman holds him up well. Tries to put a ball in. In the end, it's headed away fairly well. Artur picks it back up though. But Enzo Fernandez, the best midfielder of the season so far, is able to win that back. And he's going to try and now escape. And he does escape. Lays a wonderful ball into the path of Almiron. Almiron to put it across the box. It's a poor ball. And in the end, we give it away fairly cheaply. Guimaraes into Enzo Fernandez. Once again, that man has picked up a wonderful pocket of space, lays it into Yitzhak, onto his right, goes to play it past Alisson, and it's a great save in the end from the goalkeeper. Pobega picks this one up in midfield, lays it off to Botman, nice turn away from the Liverpool midfielder, gives it to Ryan Sessegnon, who now driving down into the left-hand side. Has he got the skills to get past Alexander-Arnold? He does. Lays a ball into the box. We just can't get on the end of it. Nunez now has it. Jota into the box. Oh my goodness. Alexander-Arnold for Liverpool. It's another big challenge from Bruno Guimaraes, and now he's looking for options ahead of him, and he finds St. Maximin on the left-hand side, driving into the box. Can he finish? Yes, he can, and in stoppage time, we give ourselves a 3-0 lead here at Anfield. It's a brilliant, incisive counter-attack. It was Bruno Guimaraes who picked it up in midfield, laid a wonderful ball into the path of the substitute St. Maximin, and he slotted it past the goalkeeper like he wasn't even there. Brilliant, brilliant way to end what has been a phenomenal match for us so far. And that is that. The referee blows his whistle. It's a brilliant, brilliant performance here at Anfield. Our best of the season so far. A 3-0 win. Unbelievable scenes. 3 goals, a clean sheet. Absolutely fantastic performance from that man, Bruno Guimaraes. A fantastic performance from the whole squad in general. And we take the 3 points here. But heading into what will be a jam-packed December, as you can see, the race for the top 4 is absolutely heating up. 14 games played, and we now unfortunately sit in 5th. We've been ousted by Manchester United, who've managed to claw their way up into 4th, 2 points ahead of us. But Spurs, just below us, have got a game in hand, and they are unfortunately only 2 points behind us. So, depending on how they get on, we could end up finding ourselves slipping down to 6th place. But we've now got a trio of games that we're going to be simming, and we're going to start off with a home game against Bournemouth. It's a hard-fought game, but it's a game that we do manage to pick up the 3 points for. 1-0 at home to Bournemouth. Callum Wilson getting on the score sheet, saving our blushes in the 87th minute. We made it difficult, but we get the job done. It might seem like 2 points drop, but in the grand scheme of things, Villa Park is a very, very difficult place to come to, so I will have to definitely take a 1-1 draw in a very, very tricky Christmas period. But frustratingly, that is where our good fortune comes to an end. It's a 2-0 loss at home to West Ham. Ottavio and Lanzini getting on the score sheet. As you'll see from my lineup, I did have to make several changes due to fatigue, but I still thought we would have had enough to get past West Ham. Clearly not, and it's another 3 points dropped. But for now, though, it's back to playing an actual game, and as you can see, we are off to Goodison Park for what will be a very, very tricky game against a high-flying 8th-placed Everton team. And with the fixtures coming thick and fast, obviously I have had to make further changes to my starting 11. Nick Pope retains, obviously, his place in goal. Kieran Trippier at right back. Lascelles in the centre with Sven Botman, Ryan Sessegnon at left back. Pobega, Bruno Guimaraes and Enzo Fernandez in midfield with Elise, Brennan Johnson and Alexander Isak up front. Pobega now trying to drive through the heart of the Everton midfield. Lays it off to Bruno Guimaraes. He lays it off to Elise on the right-hand side. Lays a nice ball into the box. And Brennan Johnson, inside the opening 7 minutes, gets ahead of the defender, gets his head on it, and plants it into the back of the net. It's a brilliant piece of play. Lovely build-up play. Lovely ball over from Elise. And Brennan Johnson, the other summer signing, puts it into the back of the net. Damari Gray trying to find his way past Pobega. Cannot do it. He shuts the door. Now Trippier tried to play that through, but in the end it was intercepted very, very well by Idrissa Gana Gueye. He tries to play a ball through to Calvert-Lewin, gets it back, and in the end Sven Botman is there, but he's under pressure here. Can he get rid of it? Just about, but it's deflected away, and now it looks like Jared Bowen's picked it up, but Botman is there again with a brilliant, brilliant challenge. Nick Pope lashes that one away. Elise, though, wins it in the air, and Pobega's going to pick this one up, going to try and lay it back into the path of Elise. He does just that. Can he find a decent ball across? It is a decent ball. Isak just can't get on the end of it, but Elise has a second opportunity to pick it up, but in the end, gives the ball away. Lascelles, oh my word, challenged by Damari Gray there. He was very, very slack on the ball. Damari Gray floats one in. Sven Botman is there once again. Sven Botman picks it up though, ends up giving the ball away. Jared Bowen picks it up, lays a wonderful ball into the path of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He takes it down nicely, skips away from Lascelles, and in the end, Nick Pope with a firm hand. Everton keep it alive, and it's just out. Nice ball into the feet of Bruno Guimaraes. He tries to turn away from the defender, and lays a very, very nice ball into the path of Elise. Elise into Kieran Trippier, sorry. Trippier throws the ball in. Brennan Johnson tries to get his head on it again. Just couldn't get there, and it's headed away by Everton. Enzo Fernandez trying to twist and turn away from the Everton midfield. Doing a really nice job to shield the ball from Decore. Ryan Sessegnon comes inside, and he keeps going inside, and if he can find Pobega, he can find Pobega. He tries to get away from the defender. Lovely stuff onto his left, and it's deflected, and it's past the goalkeeper. A brilliant way to start off this second half. A very, very fortunate goal from Pobega, but he won't care. It's his first goal for the club. It's deflected off the defender, left the goalkeeper with absolutely no chance. But Tommaso Pobega, opens up his account for Newcastle United, and what a brilliant time to score. It's 2-0 here at Goodison Park. Lascelles under all sorts of trouble from Decore, and Decore just completely outmuscles him, tries to lay a lovely ball off into the path of Damari Gray, goes past Kieran Trippier, and in the end Nick Pope comes to our rescue. Junior has picked this one up. Jared Bowen out wide on the right hand side, plays a nice ball back into the path of Junior. Can he play a ball into the box? He can. It's a good ball. It's a great save from the goalkeeper. Provode for Everton. Nicely intercepted from the goal scorer, Pobega. And he twists away from him really, really nicely. Great play from the central midfielder. Lays it into Bruno Guimaraes. Oh my word. Oh, Elise now picks this one up. Lays it back into Bruno Guimaraes. He lays it off to Brennan Johnson. Goes for his second of the game, and it's deflected well by the defender. Into Enzo Fernandez. Tracked by Decore, but nicely manages to get away from him. And lays it into Bruno Guimaraes. He can drive into the box for 3. Brilliant, brilliant save from Pickford. Trippier now with the resulting corner. Swings it into the box. It's a big head. And it's another big, big save from Pickford. Trippier going to go for the corner. Once again, it's a short corner. Brennan Johnson tried to get on the end of it. It's hacked away very acrobatically by the Everton defender. The referee blows the whistle. It is 2-0 here at Goodison Park. It's another brilliant performance. It's another 2 goals. And it's another 3 points in the bag. And that win leads us very, very nicely onto our penultimate game of the episode, and it is a home game against Wolverhampton Wanderers at St James's Park. And as you can see from my starting 11, it's the usual suspects that are back in the lineup. And as you can see, the goal scorer Brennan Johnson and the assist maker Elise keep their spots ahead of Almiron and St Maximin. 34 minutes in though, and we have our first opportunity of the game, and it's Pobega, who once again finds himself out wide on the right-hand side. Can he try and find a ball in? Cuts in on his left. I'm going to go for the shot, you know. And it's a good save. Wolves have a counter-attack here, though. Matinho's going to pick this one up in the 51st minute. And it doesn't look like we've got many men back. And in the end, they give it to Adama Traore, the danger man for Wolves. Lays it off to Raul Jimenez now. He goes to Neto out wide on the left-hand side. Traore picks it up once again. Really, really nice stuff from Wolves. It's a wonderful ball all the way out wide, to Johnny on the left-hand side. And Matt Targett, fortunately, is there. 60 minutes, though. We now have an opportunity for a counter-attack of our own. And it's going to be Bruno Guimaraes who's going to pick this one up. Can I try and find a ball all the way over to Elise on the right-hand side? Can he get there first ahead of the defender? He can just about, but in the end loses the ball. 80 minutes in, though. Callum Wilson will pick this one up, and he's got a great opportunity to go one-on-one with the Wolves defence. Almost gives the ball away, goes for a second bite of the cherry and gives it away once again. And that is clearly that. It's a really, really poor game in the end. We did have a couple of opportunities to try and see if we could fashion some decent chances. We didn't take them, and in the end we share the points with Wolves. It's 0-0 here at St James's Park. And that result has led Callum Wilson to knocking on my office door and demanding that he start to play more games. Otherwise, he needs to potentially look elsewhere. Now, as I said, I'm going to keep him sweet, say that he's still in the squad, but we're coming up to January, and maybe it might be time for me to start looking for a new striker. Let me know down in the comments below whether or not you think I should sell him, and if I do, who should I bring in? But for now, though, it's on to our very final game of this episode, and as you can see, it is a home game in the wet against Brighton, a team that we really, really should be beating. Just a few changes to my starting 11 to let you know about. Livramento comes in for a surprise start ahead of Kieran Trippier, who was very, very fatigued after a very busy Christmas period. Ryan Sessegnon comes in at left back. Dan Burn and Lascelles also come in at the back for very fatigued Shah and Sven Botman. The midfield remains the same. Almiron, Isak and Brennan Johnson start as the attacking trio up front. 31 minutes in, and this is going to be the very first opportunity of the game. And it's going to be a free kick from that man, Pobega. And to be honest with you, I'm not great at free kicks, so I'm going to try and recycle possession here and lay this off to Isak and see if we can fashion an opportunity another way. Bruno Guimaraes now on the left-hand side, keeps going with the ball, going to try and look for an option in the centre, gives the ball away. Enzo Fernandez with the free kick. I'm going to try my best to try and whip this one into the box. Instead of whipping it, he dinks it in. Isak gets his head on it, and it's into the back of the net. And just before the stroke of half-time, we take the lead here at St James's Park. It's a big, towering header from that man, Alexander Isak, after a very, very nice free kick from the summer signing Enzo Fernandez. However, just starting into the second half, Brighton have a penalty of their own. It's Undav to take, and it's a big save from Nick Pope. Pobega on the right-hand side. Tries to lay that down the line to Almiron. Almiron going to try and shift into the centre. Doesn't have too many options. Going to lay it off to Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez is going to look out wide to the left-hand side. Almost lost the ball, just about manages to keep hold of it. In the end, gives it back to Bruno Guimaraes, into Pobega. Pobega to lay it off to Botman, who finds himself out wide on the right-hand side. Must have been substituted on. Goes for a finesse. That is horrendous. What on earth is going on here? I literally have no idea. What is happening? Guimaraes with a corner. Whips this one in. Into Isak again. And it's a fantastic goal. It's that man, Alexander Isak, with another fantastic header, a looping header over the goalkeeper, gave him no chance, and it's another goal for him, and it's 2-0 here at St James's Park. 83 minutes in, and we've got a counter-attack. It's going to be Enzo Fernandez who's going to pick it up, and it looks like he's going to have Brennan Johnson on the left-hand side to try and play it into. He does play it into him. Brennan Johnson's got the pace to get away from the defender, plays it across to the man on his hat-trick. Instead, it goes to Almiron, and Almiron puts it in the back of the net. I don't know what Alexander Isak was doing. It was there for the taking for his hat-trick, and in the end, it doesn't matter though. Almiron gets on the end of it. It's 3-0, and it's another 3 points in the bag. Game over here at St James's Park. The referee blows his whistle. As I said, 3 points in the bag. Fantastic performance from that man. Fantastic performance from all my players. And it's a really brilliant way to round off what has been a really, really positive episode for us. However, after saying what a positive episode it has been, we now find ourselves, after 20 games played, in 6th position. We've been knocked out of the Champions League places. Chelsea in 4th now, 5 points clear of us, and Spurs have managed to claw their way ahead of us. They sit 3 points ahead, and as you can see, we definitely have them up next at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and what will be a massive, massive game to kick off the next episode. Alexander Isak has definitely picked up his form in this episode. 8 goals in 19 Premier League appearances, and midway through the season, that is a very, very decent return for the young Swede. Enzo Fernandez remains our second highest top goal scorer with 4. Almiron, Brennan Johnson matching his return there with Pobega actually on 2. I thought he'd only scored 1. He's actually got 2. Bruno Guimaraes, Saint-Maximin and Callum Wilson on 2 as well. Callum Wilson's a very interesting one. Going into the January transfer window, I am thinking I might put him on the transfer list, see whether or not I can get any offers for him. If I can, I will sell him, and if I sell him, I'll definitely be looking to bring someone else in. However, with only 24 mil to spend, it is definitely going to be a case of trying to sell him before I can buy, as I'm definitely not going to be able to get another striker who's going to be able to rival Isak for such a small amount of money. Let me know down in the comments what you think, whether or not I should sell him and who I should potentially buy in his place. But that is it for the end of this episode. Thanks very much for watching. We have a jam-packed episode coming for the next one. It will be the January transfer window, and we have more games to play. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.